The headlines: 1 killed, 3 injured in fresh Uniben Cold War. Zamfara government shuts Maru Market after bandits attack. Lagos reopens Alaba International Trade Fair Market. And on the international scene, more than 100,000 protests to demand Bangladesh PM step down. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us, and now the details. A 500-level student of the University of Benin, Uniben, has been reportedly shot dead inside the campus in a renewed Cold War between cold rivals group in the institution. 3 other students who sustained various degrees of injury during the attack were said to have been rushed to a nearby hospital for treatment. It was gathered that the incident happened on Friday evening when a rampaging cult group stormed the anatomy department back gate to kill their target before they proceeded to the physical science and laboratory department. The deceased student, according to the report, was shot at close range in his car, while the 3 others were shot while they were trying to escape. The incident caused panic among the students and staff of the campus as they scampered for safety. The police public relations officer in the state, SP Chidi Nwabuzo, said that he was yet to be informed about the incident. The Zamfara state government on Friday announced the closure of the popular Maru Market over fear of bandits' attack. In a statement, the Commissioner of Information, Manir Haidara, said the closure followed reports of security challenges and some acts of terrorism in Maru town and some adjoining villages. According to the statement, the state governor, Dauda Lawal, sympathized with the families of those who lost their lives during the bandits' attack last Thursday night. Bandits had attacked the Nasarawa area in Maru town, the headquarters of Maru local government area of the state. Earlier, we spoke with Daily Trust regional editor Yushau Adamu, who gives an update on the situation. Take a listen.
Well, after the Friday's night attack, the state government issued a statement indicating that it has closed down the big market in the Maru that operates every Friday. But people keep on wondering because successive governments also closed several markets across the state in their effort to curtail the insecurity in the state. But what residents are seeing, the decision taken by the state government is not appropriate, because even the previous administration did similar take similar actions, but did not yield any positive results. What people are saying is that these bandits keep on attacking the residents, the town of Maru, and the issue is that they are not attacking people in the market. That is one. They are attacking the town. 2, the operations are taking place in the night hours, not in the day hours, for government to say that maybe closure of the market will help the situation. So they are calling on government to deploy more security personnel rather than closure of the market. They wanted to see more security around them, more security personnel around them, so that they can have peace of mind and go about their normal business. But to them, the closure of market will not stop the situation. Honestly speaking, up to this moment, we didn't hear anything in that respect from the state government or from any security organization, especially the police and military. So people are just making their agitations. We are waiting to see how government is going to react to their agitation as of now.
Away from Zamfara, the police in Rivers State paraded a 24-year-old man, Damian Okoligwe, for the alleged murder and harvesting of organ of his girlfriend, Justina Otwene, aged 20 years old, and 300-level biochemistry student of University of Port Harcourt. The family of the deceased demands justice for the late Justina. The report.
Briefing journalists at the police headquarters, Moscow in Port Harcourt, Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, Emeka Nwoye, said operatives of Ozuoba Division received a complaint from neighbors of a very unpleasant odor, and upon arrival, detectives discovered that the suspect had killed the deceased and dismembered her body.
Back to the station, and in the search of the fleeing suspect, who happens to be the boyfriend of the deceased, one Damian Okoligwe, male, 24 years, a petrochemical engineer and 400-level student of Uniport, and the boyfriend of the victim, also an occupant of the house. Now the prime suspect was traced.
The suspect, Damian Okoligwe, in an interview denied killing the deceased, Justina Nkang. Family member of late Justina Nkang is demanding justice.
It's not, I did not pack the body. It's not inside the Ghana mosque, it's inside the big bag. And I did not do anything. I just carried the body like that and put on the wheelbarrow. But I now left and then came back. It's me. I was trying to dispose it because I thought anybody that see this thing now will not blame it on me.
After the training in the office where she was attached to on Friday, she was expected to come back home. But unfortunately, we didn't see her come back home. The story we got was that she was to attend the friend's party before coming back home. The friend later was the one who alerted the elder brother, that she didn't see her friend at the party.
The police commissioner said investigation is in progress at the State Criminal Investigation Department, advising young ladies to be cautious and careful in any form of relationship with the opposite sex.
The wave of security challenges continues to be a source of worry despite huge money spent by the successive governments in Nigeria. In Benin State, residents say one of the strategies that worked in the past was the involvement of community in internal security. Jimmy Adzande reports.
The residents say introduction of vigilante groups to help the conventional security agencies in fighting criminal elements will bring positive results. This, they said, was a situation in most communities in the past.
Because they are people who are the indigenes, and so they know the problems, they know their terrain, they know who are the visitors, and they know who, even among community members who are, have criminal tendencies. So it's always good that, that level of security machinery, we know how best to handle security situations. And this will be more effective if they work hand in hand with the conventional security.
You can't just send somebody else to come and fish out a criminal in your area. Definitely, if the person comes, the people in the environment may either hide the person up, or the person will run and hide it up. The people that are choosing within the same community who are the vigilante will do the job better. Why? Because they know them, they know who, they know where they can hide, and they know how and when they can arrest them.
Some residents said a thorough recruitment process is required to bring the right people on board.
But you see, in our state, you discover maybe because they are not well taken care of in terms of monthly stipends or salary, as the case may be, they turn to be they sometimes become nuisance in our communities. They exploit people as if, to me, I sometimes I feel they who are supposed to be guiding and protecting people at the rural communities turn to become the problem of our society, because you see them at night pretending to be our security, yet we have issues of criminality still going on within the community.
The Otom-led government introduced the community volunteer guards in its bid to upgrade security in the state. At the moment, the impact of the over 2,000 personnel is not felt in most Benue communities. Jimmy Azandi, Trust TV News, Makurdi.
Away from security, the Supreme Court verdict, which upheld the election of President Bola Tinubu, is still reverberating in or across the country as Nigerians express mixed reactions on the outcome. The Apex Court's ruling has received a mixed bag of commendations and criticism in the court of public opinion as legal experts, political observers, and average Nigerians share their thoughts on the process. Zainab Arai has more.
The legal battle for the presidency is finally over, following the Supreme Court ruling in favor of President Bola Tinubu. But for some, there are unanswered questions around the alignment of the judgment with the spirit of the law. Legal practitioners remain divided on the quality of the judgment and its impact on Nigeria's electoral process.
At the Supreme Court, which was the court of appeal in regard to the case, it was at that stage that they wanted to start bringing fresh evidence. If you bring fresh evidence at that stage of appeal, do you expect that the Supreme Court will just take your fresh evidence, which were mere allegations, without a trial on the issues?
It is one thing for you to allege a wrong in law. Is entirely a different thing for you to prove it. Because the courts of law will not work with speculation, will not work with rumors. They work with hard evidence that is established before the court.
I think that largely depends on how you define the concept of justice. But as a matter of personal principle, I don't think the courts actually go out of their way to seek justice, to dish out justice. That's why they call it judgment. So what becomes justice in the floor of the court is not based on what you feel, because at the end of the day, justice is a feeling. So it's mostly largely based on what you can prove.
However, some people are not convinced that the Supreme Court served justice in its ruling.
Already, the people in the court were placed there by the present president. So going to the court with the judge that he has put in place cannot be able to work because the president is the superior.
It's not a new thing for Nigeria. Nigeria is not straightforward. Our judgment is not going to go straight as you need it.
There's never been a time in Nigeria where justice is always it should always be the will of the people, not about the politicians.
Well, whether you reject or you don't reject, it has been said. That is the highest court of the land. So we have to accept it.
The coast is now clear for the Tinubu administration to implement its renewed hope agenda for Nigeria and Nigerians. Many hope this judgment will stimulate the government to bring about rapid growth and development of the country. Zainab Karai, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The ECOWAS Court of Justice will deliver its decision on Tuesday, October 31st, 2023, in the case between Ali Ocheni and 4 others and the Federal Republic of Nigeria in relation to the alleged violation of the applicants' human rights. The 5 applicants, Ali Ocheni, Rekia M. Abaji, Sebastian Abu, Suleiman Akpa, and Ojoachele Akko Felix, all Nigerian citizens in their suit, invoked relevant sections of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and Articles, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, as well as provisions of the ECOWAS Protocol on Democracy and Good Governance and Elections, and the African Union Declaration on Democracy and Elections. They accused the respondent states of violating their right to freedom of movement, to freedom of expression, and the right of association. The respondent state denied the applicants' allegations, pointing out that the election period is globally characterized by unrest. During the hearing on Friday, October 27, 2023, the court heard the arguments of both parties and granted the respondent's request for an extension of time to file its defense. The Lagos State government on Saturday reopened the Alaba International Market and some other markets at the Trade Fair Complex, Ojo. The government had shut the market earlier because of improper waste management and other environmental infractions. The Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokumbo Wahab, said the markets were reopened after the environmental issues had been addressed. Wahab dismissed claims in some quarters that political motives were behind the closure of the market and stressed that the step was taken to ensure a clean and healthy environment around business facilities. While reiterating the significance of maintaining a harmonious balance between the commerce and environmental health, he said that the enforcement would be continuous as government will not hesitate to seal any market or corporate facility found wanting. Commenting on the reopening of the market, the Managing Director of Lagos Waste Management Authority, Muyiwa Gbadegesi, said it worked with market officials to ensure the attainment of environmental standards. You're watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming up, we'll take a look at university with no tuition fees and strike is non-existent. This and more after the break. Stay with us.
Are you interested in the latest news and developments in Nigerian politics, policy, governance and other critical national issues? Look no further than Daily Politics on Trust TV. Our panel of experts and key people in government provide in-depth analysis and commentary on the biggest stories in Nigerian politics.
And 33.3 million Nigerians are suffering from multidimensional poverty. It's a much calmer Buhari than the Buhari who was in the khaki uniform.
Naira to Naira X rate is higher anywhere in the world. The Naira is higher than dollar exchange rate. So you want to please central bank governor you're doing, you must do it fast.
Number of casualties we have had, we shouldn't have had. Security as far as Nigeria is concerned, we have wronged.
From the inner workings of government to the latest on legislation, rule of law, implementation and democracy, we have you covered. Don't miss out on the latest political news and discussion. Tune in to Daily Politics, weekdays on Trust TV, your source for reliable and unbiased coverage of Nigerian politics.
It was never a consensus. We did all our best. You see, in politics, you give your contribution to the best of your ability.
If you want, I'll forward to you this statement. You go to this bank and verify.
But there are people who say not spending money is not about you in itself.
Let me finish.
But there's so much to be done.
Let me finish. Now, you don't allow me to explain myself.
The recent development shows abductions are now a factor of informants embedded in community.
It's not about the people of Katsina to say that, no, during my administration I was able to stop insecurity. No, it's about collective responsibility for all of us.
And what we should ask ourselves is not what has been seen, is the life better? Are there more people who are unemployed who are not become employed? Is the level of corruption has gone down? Is there inclusion? All those issues.
We're actually a gas country with associated oil. Our focus has always been on oil, that we have never paid significant attention to gas.
To do it effectively, we need to have honest conversation with ourselves. Government needs to come down from its higher horse and communicate with the people and build trust.
There must be a solution. We cannot continue this way. They must come back to the table and agree. So whose child will do deny education? All these children that sit for them, they want to go to higher institutions.
But just a short while ago you were saying that why bring 10 children when you cannot cater for them? So why bring more universities when you cannot cater for the existing?
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Update on Trust TV. Here is a recap of our top stories. 1 killed, 3 injured in fresh Uniben Cold War. And Zamfara government shorts Maru Market after bandits attack. Moving on to more stories, Oyo State Governor Ademola Adeleke has unveiled his plan to develop infrastructure in the state to the tune of 100 billion naira. During the unveiling in his office in Oshogbo, the governor said 5 flyovers will be constructed in Oshogbo, Ede, Ikirun, and Ife. He said a 1-kilometer road will be construed in each of the local government areas in the state. The governor said 95% of the project shall be executed by local content to prevent capital flight.
We are poised to further boost the state economy as 95% of the project shall be executed by local content. Osun money will be spent in Osun. Osun money will be spent in Osun.
An informal university of tea exists in Zamfara State alongside formal universities that are known to be citadel to learning. Now, at this university, there is no strike, no assignment, and no lectures, just tea and some other delicacies on the menu. Yushao Adamu tells us more.
Unlike in the formal university, where education is being acquired in various fields of human endeavors, people come to the University of Tea for the purpose of refreshing themselves with a cup of hot tea. As the name implies, University of Tea specializes in serving interested customers with varieties of beverages and fast foods, depending on customers' choice and affordability.
Wannan shayi wanda ake hada a University of Tea, karkashin jagorancin shi manajan Dr. Sani,
This tea that is being processed at the University of Tea contains nutritious ingredients that helps body. Ingredients like mint leaves helps in normalizing BP. Alhaji Sani is always conscious about the expiring dates of the milk he sold to customers, and he uses ginger and other ingredients based on doctor's advice so that the tea will not harm the customers. I and the entire members of my family patronize this tea.
Bisa ga wannan ne kaga iyalina suna da sha'awa da wannan shayi nashi, sannan ni ma ina da sha'awa saboda yana yin shi ne a matsayin magani.
Services at this informal university start as early as 6 a.m. and end at 12 a.m. daily, according to the founder and vice chancellor of the university, Alhaji Abdullahi Magawat. Approximately a total of 200 to 250 customers visit this university on daily basis, except on weekend days, where only 100 to 150 persons are said to be patronizing this institution for refreshment. It is said that at least 15 to 25 crates of eggs and 15 cartons of noodles are sold to customers at this institution every day. Here at the University of Tea, we serve our customers with varieties of beverages like tea and milk, tea and egg, Indomie and tea, Irish and plantain, Irish and egg, and Irish and liver. In the morning, we sometimes sell white rice and stew as well as masa to our customers. University of Tea has graduated over 50 students who mastered tea making for the purpose of business. Graduates of this informal university are conducting their businesses at 25 different locations within Gusau and the environs as faculties of the university. We don't have anything to say regards to these except prayers. We are proud of this place. From Abuja, Kaduna and Sokoto, we all have customers who send errands just to come and get this tea in a flask. At least I have spent 17 years taking tea here. The way we are used to living here, even in our houses, we don't live like we do here. It has been estimated that a total of 25 staff of the university are earning their living at this informal institution, while about 30 of others get theirs at its affiliates across the state metropolis. This tea is special to many people within and outside Gusau. I can remember when Alhaji Sani started this business at this place. God was so kind. He started with empowerment money he got during former President Obasanjo's regime. We are fully satisfied as we are constantly craving for it. As you can see, this is where, while the formal universities are producing millions of talents in various fields of human endeavors, The University of Tea is at least producing scores of self-reliant young men, thereby reducing unemployment and poverty in the state. Yusho Adamu, Trust TV, Gusau.
From the international scene, over 100,000 supporters of two major Bangladesh opposition parties rallied in the capital Dhaka on Saturday, police said, demanding that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina steps down to allow a free and fair vote under a neutral government. Saturday's rallies by the main opposition Bangladesh Nationalist Party, the BNP, and the largest Islamist party, Jamaat-il-Islami, were the biggest so far this year and marked a new phase in their protest with a general election due within the next 3 months. Hasina, daughter of the country's founding leader, has been in power for 15 years and has overseen rapid economic growth, with Bangladesh overtaking neighboring India in GDP per capita, but inflation has risen and her government is accused of corruption and human rights abuses. The resurgent opposition has been mounting protests to press their demands for months, despite the BNP's ailing leader Khalida Zia, a two-time premier and old foe of Hasina's, being effectively under house arrest after a conviction on corruption charges. And finally, in sports, the Athletic Integrity Unit, AIU, has handed Nigerian sprinter Grace Nwokocha a 3-year ban for using prohibited substances. The anti-doping body announced the sanction in a post on its official X account on Friday. In the document released by AIU, Nwokocha, who admitted to violating World Athletic anti-doping rules, also accepted the penalty for the breach. The athlete had been provisionally suspended in September 2022 after she failed a doping test conducted on her during this year's Commonwealth Game, the CWG, in Birmingham. Ostarine and ligandrol were found in her sample, a urine collected on August 3, 2022. Nwokocha was a member of the quartet that won gold for Nigeria in the 4x100 meters race during the 2022 CWG. In July, the Commonwealth Games Federation, CGF, stripped Nigeria of the gold medal over Nwokocha's doping case, which nullified all the results involving her at the competition. The ban takes retroactive effect from August 3, 2022 until August 2, 2025. And with that, we wrap up news updates on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.